Explain the basic concepts of social work interviewing. A social worker is to help people and address social problems, selflessly pursue social change for oppressed people, while respecting the dignity of everyone. We work to enhance the well-being in every aspect of a client's life. As a social worker, you must be aware of your principles and never practice beyond your level of competence. What helping processes are involved in the stages of social work practice? First, you will engage your client. That's your initial interview, where you will meet and greet your client. You will discuss with your client what brought them there. You will then go over their demographic information, such as their age, place of birth, parental status, marital status, job status, criminal history, work history, just the simple basic information that you're going to need to begin this process. You're also going at this time to share with your client why you take notes, what that's all about, so that they are not uncomfortable with that. And you will also go over with them the duration of appointment time, as some appointment times are 50-minute hours. You want to make sure that your client is comfortable with this and the amount of visits that they are approved for. You will then schedule another appointment where you will begin assessing the client's needs. You will prioritize these needs according to urgency. For example, if your client is homeless and jobless, the first thing you would need to do for them is to find them shelter. So you would assess their needs. Do they need housing? Are they safe? Do they have enough to eat? Things of this nature. Once you do this and you figure out what is the most important thing for your client at that time, you will then reschedule another appointment to begin formulating a plan to facilitate change for your client. In developing this plan, you will make sure that your client plays the major role in the decision making. And make sure that they are provided, have access to the tools in which they need to succeed. At this time, you will also go over with your client, explore their feelings and your feelings of your services with them coming to an end. Are there any anxieties on the part of your client? Do you feel apprehensive about ending services? You're going to want to discover these with your client at this time. Now, at this point, you're going to reschedule your next appointment. And you're going to discuss any issues that have not been addressed, why they haven't been addressed, and what could be done about it. Where the client feels need for improvement, explore these issues. And once again, explore with your client their feelings on terminating services. At this time, you will reschedule an appointment with your client at an agreed upon time, usually anywhere from 1 month to 6 months after this visit, To assess the client's strengths and reaffirm that the client has been provided services to afford them a quality life. Define the roles of social workers and human service workers in modern society. To help a client enhance day-to-day functioning, I must have a safe place for my client. I must be a good listener and be able to establish an empathetic relationship with them. I must empower my client by showing them the way and not doing it for them. That is to address my client's needs to the best of my ability and be an empathetic listener. How do social workers demonstrate effective listening and communication skills during clinical interview? By listening to your client and then going back over with them what they just said, not verbatim what they said, but repeat what they said in your own words and see if they agree with what you say. And also, I think it is very important to be aware of your client's body language, because a lot of times what's not being said is being acted out through their body expressions. So it's very important to pay attention to the person's body language as well as your own. How do social workers express empathy within a clinical interview? It takes practice to develop empathy, but using sounds like, oh, and I see, and yes, and also sharing your experience as they relate to your client also helps develop empathy and allows your client to see you as a human.